we made a whole cooking show without you folks. Well, we'll reset with the...
I told my kids to get on there.
It's published.
I don't think it's that.
Oh, yeah,
There
that's
we
it.
go.
Okay.
Start over.
Wait. Oh, it's been recording. Oh,
It's been-
no,
No.
we are now.
Ever since then, yeah. No.
Oh my gosh! Hey, welcome to Comedy in the Keto Kitchen. We're doing great today. We're here actually to teach you 3 fast and easy keto meals. Do you know where the mute is? Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Okay. 3 fast and easy keto meals. And I'm your host, Carol Freeman. I'm a certified nutritionist and keto diet specialist. My co-host, Anthony Fetto. And special guest today is Burunji. So we're here today to teach you 3 really easy keto meals that anybody can make, even comedians. It's a funny thing, actually, we already started because we thought we were already live, so we were a little bit ahead of you. We've said some really funny stuff, so I'm glad we're finally live.
It's hilarious.
So we've got 3 recipes that we're making today. We're making unwich here, which is a sandwich without bread. We're also going to make tuna boats and a shrimp Alfredo. So the first 2 recipes are no cook at all, so fast and easy. The final one is slightly cooked. Just basically, we're going to heat up the sauce on that, and that's all we're doing. And all right, so we're going to restart here. All the things we already said. So let's see. I have lost over 60 pounds on a keto diet. I now specialize in that and helping people follow a keto diet for quick weight loss, but also how to do it long term so they can actually keep it off. Anthony, tell us who you are.
I am a comedian and a bartender from Southern California and moved up to Seattle about 5 years ago. And I gained a few pounds in the last few months, so I'm looking for a new diet to help me take that off.
Well, hopefully, even if you lose the weight, then you'll still stick around.
No, yeah, I will. I promise.
Burunji, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be on the show. What else?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, my name is Burunji. I am a comedian, Ugandan comedian based out of Seattle. And when I'm not doing shows, I try to get in the kitchen. I do lots of things. I'm a soccer coach as well. I work with kids. And so, I like sports, I like good food, I like comedy. And I'm glad to be on the show.
Thank you for being here. You also say that, how do you define your eating style?
Eating style, people have gendered me as a pescatarian.
Gendered you?
Yeah, I think that's what, I don't eat meat, but I eat seafood. But I'm very open-minded. Basically, I'm not your average annoying vegetarian. Yeah, which is why I'm here. I want to see good food and how to make it.
Yeah, well, great. So, Burunji's been trying to pick my brain about keto for a while. So what is it that you were like, what are you curious about keto for?
Keto. I hear keto everywhere. I don't know who he is or what he does. So I was like, maybe you could introduce me to him.
You want to meet the keto man or woman or whoever it is?
Whoever, the genie.
Keto genie.
Keto, yeah, the keto.
Yeah.
Is it keto or keto? Which one is it? How do you pronounce it?
That's funny because everywhere you go in this country, I've heard it pronounced at least 3 different ways. So in the Northwest, at least, we say keto with a soft, the T is a soft D sound, keto. I've heard in the Southwest people call it the keto diet. I'm following that keto diet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just a difference of pronunciation. I have heard people also call it the keto diet, which
Keto diet.
I think they're confusing that with ketamine.
Ketamine.
That's totally different diet.
Keto.
Different.
Yeah.
It'll also get you skinny over
Yeah.
a long time.
Same results.
Don't need to eat anything on that. So
Yeah.
let's see. So let's reset because so we've already made this. We're
It's
almost
not
done with these
complicated,
sandwiches.
yeah.
So I thought it was really funny because Jimmy John's calls them unwitches when they make them without bread.
Mm-hmm.
But why unwich? Like sandwich, but without the sand. That means no bread. Like what's up with that?
Unwich.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Upside down
Sounds like
sandwich.
a sandwich that didn't graduate from Hogwarts.
It's a Gryffindor. Yeah, so today, this recipe or this meal that we're making, there's only 4 ingredients in it. So we've been picking on Trader Joe's a little bit because we have 0 sponsors for this show, but we have a lot of products that I picked up at Trader Joe's. So we're using this aioli garlic mustard sauce. Really delicious, spicy. We're using 2 different meats. So Barunji picked the peppered turkey breast from Columbus. This also I picked up at Trader
Columbus,
Joe's.
he discovered what's in there. Yeah.
And then I'm using also Columbus
That's
brand.
Columbus,
Trader,
too.
yeah, from Trader
Wow.
Joe's.
Look at him. 1917.
He was a bad dude, right? Like,
Well, yeah.
let's throw this out. This is bad. Pastrami is what I'm using. And then I did Havarti for my cheese.
I did Swiss cheese from Switzerland.
And then we did a smear of the garlic aioli over the top
Yeah.
and piled some arugula on it.
We
And
did something different though, right?
yes.
My layer,
Can you see?
yes. My layer started off with the meat. Yours started off with the cheese, right?
Yes, that's right. Because my pastrami was a little fall aparty. It wasn't going to make a good base.
Havarti
Yeah.
was falling apart.
And I like yours because this actually reminds me of a artisanal pizza style sandwich.
There you go.
And then mine is a I don't know, artisanal pizzas. I actually was at a place this weekend that they had stuff that was flat like that too. So
Nice.
another fun thing that you could do if you did the cheese on the bottom is that you could put that in a pan and heat it up, and then the cheese gets kind of crispy, and you could actually make it as a pizza style. So maybe
That'd be
we'll put that on the list for another one we'll make in the future.
Yeah.
All right, so we're ready actually to roll this up. I decided to cut mine in half, and I'm just gonna.
Where's the hot
Let's
sauce
see.
come in?
Well, we put the. So mine is 2 there, and I'm gonna put toothpick in it just to hold it.
Where it gets tricky.
Yeah. We've got some serving plates. Don't you wish you were here? You don't get to eat it, so.
Wow,
there
that
you
came
go.
out so good.
You might have to keep rolling maybe, or do you want to cut it in half? What do you want to do?
It depends.
Oh, it's just a monster unwich.
Wow, that is
Nice.
So I'm gonna do this on mine because I'm fancy. There's toothpicks there. There we go. How's that look? That looks delicious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a burrito. Yeah.
Sandwich burrito. Here, would
It's
you
an
like to try?
unburrito.
Here, let's put Anthony, you gonna try?
It looks
Here,
like
we'll-
yours has a pulse.
Right?
Put one half on. We'll split. You wanted 4 pieces of yours then, so we'll do
Ooh.
one for each.
Hey.
Because
Nice.
that's
Did
the
you
thing
get that
about
on camera?
Oh yeah.
cooking
Nice.
shows. You have to try what you eat.
Look
So
at
make-
that. Looks dope.
Yours looks
Nice.
way better than mine. All that meat on there.
Oh man.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
All right. Oh, the second one isn't rolling up so well. Oh my gosh.
You got it. You got it.
All right, toothpicks. Oh, where's your knife? You lost your knife already?
I don't have a knife. You have a
I
knife.
gave you a knife. Where
under
did you
the
lose your
cheese.
knife?
Oh, there it is.
You can't trust Barunji with a knife because he just loses it.
My
So you
middle
want to
name.
do one for Kim as well.
Cool.
So
There
you're gonna have
we
to
go.
cut yours down more.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
We got one for each plate.
Whee. There we go.
So maybe as we get going, we're gonna have. So basically, we're each gonna eat 3 meals today.
Wow.
All right. Here.
Do you want me to put one on there? Okay. Oh, there's a toothpick.
Yeah,
I'd have
dead
chosen
air.
umbrella toothpicks, but that's just me.
That would be
Okay.
awesome. All right, one for you.
One for you, sir.
So this is a competition. Whose turned out better?
They were mixed up though. It's one half and half.
Well, I know. He had to taste mine versus yours. See which one he likes better.
All right.
See
All
who's the
right.
better.
You ready?
keto-
All right.
Who's better in the kitchen here?
Yeah.
Do it.
So you got to taste him too. Are you willing to taste him?
Oh. Subscribers. If they If you subscribe, you know what? I'll do it for the.
Well, I mean, you maybe want to eat the. I mean, if you bite just right, you could just get the cheese and the fat there.
Mm.
All
I'm
right.
gonna break the rules here. What's that girl that was in the news that was vegetarian and was caught eating a burger? That's me right now.
Oh, and then there's that guy that was vegan, and then he. This is kind of PG-13, but he had meat for the first time, and it was the first time he was able to actually have a male performance that he hadn't had in years. So
My man.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So, oh, here's a.
Meat for your meat.
That's dope.
Is that good?
Meat for you.
Uh,
Nice.
what do you think?
Alright, this is dope. I like it.
Isn't that mustard really makes it, right?
Yeah.
I love anything. I must have.
Can I
like
try?
60
Can I try a bite of
mustard.
yours?
Yeah. Go for it.
Which one's Kim's? Did that one there?
Mhm.
Yeah. Kim?
She's passing.
No, she's
That
right.
looks really good.
Well,
Looks good. All right, I'm gonna try Burundi's.
Yeah.
really good.
It looks great.
Nice.
Mm.
I might have to make some.
Look at that pile of meat on there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
all right.
This is pretty good because I usually don't eat bread as much as I can anyway.
Yeah.
You want more?
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. I did that for the subscribers. I need meat for you, so subscribe. Button is somewhere down there, up there.
Burunji did it.
I did it.
So is that called pandering, or is that a?
No.
Is that, are
It's
you a
called
sellout?
A guilt trip.
Oh,
Called doing it for the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a different channel. All right, so we're ready to move on to our tuna boats then.
Yeah.
Any other questions about this? Is this out of the camera or is that on?
You're fine.
Okay. All right, so let's reset. And I think I like mustard in my tuna too. So
Yeah.
I put
We'll
mustard
keep
on
it.
everything.
all right, so tuna is one that it's hard to roll it up without it's not like the meat slices we had.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, again, we have no show sponsors currently. These are all products that I've bought myself. Oh, this company did give me this as a sample though at KetoCon. This
Wild Planet.
yeah, Wild Planet,
Shout out Wild Planet.
Skipjack Wild Tuna. So their motto is this the one that's one? Yes. So sustainably pull caught. So they're not doing net fishing. So a lot of problems with fishing is that they are destroying the oceans because they're just doing nets and they kill a bunch of stuff all at the same time. Whereas this is each tuna is caught with one line, one pole. So it's more sustainable and better quality. So. And then skipjack is one of the tuna species with the lowest mercury in it too. That's another concern with fish is that it's really high in mercury because we polluted our oceans. So
Ouch.
this is, and
We did that?
we did.
We?
Well, okay. I'm older than you. It's my fault. You just have to pay the price now. So it does feel like there's some liquid in there. So I'm gonna actually
It does.
pour
feel
those
like-
out. You're the king of the kitchen. I should just have you go drain that out.
I'll do it. Yeah.
And
Awesome now.
so this one also has 4 ingredients, I just realized, if you don't count the mustard that we might put in there. So the tuna, and then we're going to use this Primal Kitchen mayo. Again, no sponsors right now currently, but the reason I chose this mayo is that it's made with avocado oil. So probably a lot of the health problems we're having in the United States are related to the types of fat that we've consumed in the last 40 or 50 years. It turns out what we call industrial seed oils, so most of the liquid oils that are out there are really bad for us. So avocado oil has a better nutrient profile. Primal Kitchen, there's a couple other brands that make it as well. So we've got the plain. I was going to let Alpha Male in the kitchen here decide. But we should have a viewer
No,
vote.
everyone.
Do we have anybody watching right now?
Yeah, I got 4, 5.
Okay. Let's vote. Actually, this is a great time for people.
Alright.
So we could do the garlic aioli, we could do the plain, or we could do chipotle lime mayo. So current viewers vote which one of these we should put into our tuna. You want to put the tuna in the bowl?
Yep.
And so we could also do this 2 different ways. So basically we've got tuna, mayo, cheese, and romaine lettuce, which depending on which state you're in, you might die if you eat this. So, so we could mix the cheese in with the tuna and the mayo, or we could just sprinkle it on top. What do you think? It might be prettier if we just sprinkle it on top.
Yeah, sprinkle on top.
All right, are we getting any votes for which mayo?
If you're
Which,
watching, let us know
yeah.
which one you want.
Kim,
one?
which mayo would you choose?
There's
What are they?
Chipotle lime.
avocado oil or garlic aioli mayo. Wait, these two. Almost.
Well, this one's made. They're all made with avocado oil. This is just plain.
Yeah,
This is garlic.
gotcha.
And aioli mayo is actually redundant because aioli
Yeah,
is an
it's
Italian type of mayo sauce. So
Mm-hmm.
they only do that for the ignorant
I would say
Americans. The spicy one? Okay, we got one vote for
Alright,
the
one
Chipotle.
vote for spicy. Do I get
What
the
would you
vote for
pick? Yeah.
spice too? I
Okay.
like spice.
I like spice too.
Oh, spice is a
Whoa.
winner.
Do we have any I guess you guys are too late if you're watching, so
Yeah, we like a little bit.
The electoral college has decided. Spice.
David says those are all pretty good.
who does?
David.
David, thanks for watching. David, where are you watching from? Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out David. He said they're all good, so he's good with his
So
spice.
David, did you appreciate also that Barunji ate turkey just for you?
Dave, I ate turkey for you.
All right, so I've got that for. So the cool thing about keto
How
is
much should I put
the
in?
amount of fat doesn't really matter. Okay, so you don't have to limit fat on a keto diet like you think you did. Now, a lot of times it reaches a point though where people lose a lot of weight to begin with, and then they get stuck. And then that's often a point where I coach people to have a little bit less fat. So one of the nice things about keto is that in the beginning, you can kind of have a lot more fat than you're used to.
So how much bacon is too much bacon?
None. I mean, there is no such thing as too much. So
Okay.
You can eat all the bacon you want, bro.
I think you
Bacon's alright.
need more mayo in there. That's
do?
not going to do it. Yeah,
Alright, I got you.
make it messy and sloppy.
I love eating avocados, just straight avocados.
Yeah, that is one thing that I didn't have in any of these recipes, which a lot of people who know me realize I like avocado a lot. So you really want to look for the ones that are a little more boaty than these. I didn't pick these out very well, but we'll just
One job.
we'll find
One
the
job.
best ones here for tuna boating. Tuna boating. Oh, I remember.
Is that enough mayo for you?
Grumpy old man. What do you think? I think it needs a little more.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
Wow. Alright.
My son is a mayonnaise freak. He will eat it literally straight out of the jar. It doesn't even have to be flavored.
Wow.
All right, here.
I can't eat just straight mayo.
No,
It grosses me out.
I
It's
can't
gotta be
either.
like an aioli or something like that. Weakness.
Your weakness is showing. All right, how's that?
It's weird because white guys are supposed to love mayonnaise.
I know. Isn't that what you guys use for lotion?
Anthony
What do
looks
you
like
mean,
somebody
you
whose
guys?
mayonnaise is too
You
spicy.
Using it in my hair.
He said guys, so that means it's not me.
Alright, that looks good. No?
Yeah, that's
More?
that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I think that's great.
That looks good.
And so now you're just gonna scoop it on the lettuce here.
Oh.
Yeah. You need another,
Schmear.
yeah.
Okay, weird.
More mayonnaise.
Weird with the mayo. Yeah, I just realized, given what we're doing.
So I think that because we picked the chipotle lime, we're not gonna put any mustard in there. Is that agreeable to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think those flavors would go well together. So now make it pretty.
What's that?
Make it pretty so Food Network picks this up.
I know. It's about time we had a TV show.
We need a sponsor here.
Martha Stewart? Is that her name?
Martha Stewart.
Snoop
So-
Dogg, Martha Stewart?
We need your
Is this
plate
us?
again. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah.
Okay, emerald.
Emerald.
Emerald. Is
It's
it
not the
emerald?
color. Yeah, Emerald Lagasse.
Bam.
Gordon Ramsay. Can we just name random chefs here?
No.
Wait, I don't think we have enough for all
Oh, okay. So
the boats.
It's fine. That's a lot.
And Anthony's gonna try to eat all these. Where are the tuna packets? I was gonna look at the protein. So these tuna packets are really cool because they're great for travel. They don't need any refrigeration. And a lot of my clients are always looking for ways to like keep keto-friendly foods like in their office, their bag, their purse, their car. You know, your coworkers may not like the smell of fish at the office, but you know what? You're gonna be healthier than them, so forget them. So one packet of this tuna is 3 ounces, and there's 21 grams. So this recipe that we just made would be like 2 servings, or if you're a bigger athletic person, this could be 1 serving to eat all of this.
Yeah.
And so 4 grams of fat in each pouch and 0 grams of carbohydrates. So there's very minimal. Again, the only carbohydrates in this recipe are going to be coming from the lettuce leaves. So, all right. So we've got to put it on a plate and serve it real.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna
You
move
can
these
put that
over.
on there.
Yeah. We can,
And
we
is
can
it just
share.
1 lettuce left, or can we do like 2?
You can have 2. Are you,
Like
how
both.
hungry are you?
I meant this. Or
Oh yeah,
is
that's a
that
good
room?
idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll wrap it.
Yeah, there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then a little cheesy sprinkle on top, and you could also do a little chopped chive or something might be nice on there. Now, one of the things that I had to relearn, so I have an extensive background in cooking and culinary classes, and I've designed culinary classes. The trickiest thing for me in the beginning of relearning how to cook on keto is that onions are really high in carbohydrates as well as garlic. And so when I cooked in the past, every recipe started with a big giant onion that you diced and cooked and got a lot of flavor out of. So that's one of the things on keto is you've got to let go of a lot of those onions.
So what other vegetables do you have to
So
avoid?
one of the easy things is if you know where they grow, and for some people that's not easy in itself, is things that grow above the ground is a good general rule of thumb. And here, you need one of those.
Thank you.
And leafy things for sure. So things that are lettuces and spinach and arugula and things like that are almost always going to be really low in carbohydrates. So you get the big cafeteria plate.
Right.
Yeah, so that was it. So romaine, tuna, chipotle lime mayo, and some cheese.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm just glad cheese can still be in my life. It's
Mhm.
nice.
You get the chipotle?
Let's get it
Oh
going.
yeah, the
I don't
spice
miss-
comes at the end. Yeah,
I don't miss the bread.
Mm-mm.
you get the crunch
Yeah.
there, and
It's got a nice crunch.
Just like,
I'm glad we chose a spice. You can taste the kick.
good job. Good choice, Electoral College.
Mm.
Good job. That was easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
yep.
I like the cheese
Super
too.
easy.
And you could make a really big batch of the tuna and just have that on hand. And they even I've seen it now that you can even buy. So we actually for the romaine we cut the ends off, rinse the leaves. That's all we did.
Yeah.
But you can even buy pre-rinsed cut romaine leaves. I've seen now at some grocery stores too. So how easy is
Isn't that
right?
more like processed stuff though? Stuff that's already pre-cut like that?
Well, I mean, vegetables, as soon as they're cut from the ground, as soon as they're picked, they're losing nutrients immediately.
Right.
Yeah, the more chopped and processed they are, the greater chance of losing
Preservatives
nutrients.
and-
Frozen is going to preserve it the best as possible, but frozen lettuce,
Yeah.
kind of gross.
Did you mention that this is my payment?
Yeah.
I'm getting paid right now.
Did we mention? Yes.
Yeah, she called me. She's like, "Hey, this is not a paid gig, but I'll feed you." Now is the time. Put this on my W-2 form.
Well, and then he asked if he had to be funny. I said, "Well, do you want to eat?" Yeah. So keep it up. We've got one more recipe coming, and if the funniness tapers off, we still could withhold the final meal from you. So
I love shrimp. It's shrimp, right?
yes, yeah.
No, I'm gonna earn it.
You're gonna room for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How are you guys doing out there? Does this look good? Is this easy enough? Do you think you could make it as well?
Mm.
Do you know David? He says aloha.
So the
Dave-
low-
Is in Hawaii.
David who? Oh, he's in Hawaii.
David.
David, thanks for watching.
Thanks, Dave. Tell your neighbors. Tell your friends.
Well, so in Hawaii, it's like noon for him, so
Yeah. It's
12:30. It's lunchtime. Are you getting hungry,
That's
David?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna keep eating because we got one more recipe to make.
Sure thing.
You want to throw all that stuff back on here, and then
Yep.
we'll just
We don't
reset.
need the cheese anymore, do we?
No.
Alright.
So the next one, we're actually going to use a little bit of heat. It'll be the first one that's technically cooking, right? So we're just going to use a simple recipe, easy way of actually making a cream sauce. All right, we're going to use the stove, so we got to take these off of here.
Alright.
So this is going to be 2 parts. So one is going to be making the sauce, and one part is going to be making the zoodles. Which one would you like to do?
I'll do the zoodles.
Okay. And let's do it into this one. So let's start.
And your cutting board, no?
Yes. Do you want to do it over here then? Yeah.
Sure. The sweet spots. Which stove are you going?
I think I'll use this one.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, nice catch.
here. Let me move
Do
these
you want me to use a smaller board?
I use over here.
Over there?
Yeah, because once we turn this on, I don't want any plastic on it.
Alright.
You want to just use the big one?
Yeah.
So that's those, and
Am I still in view?
this little doohickey
Yep.
is what you're going to
Good.
use. This is by the brand Microplane. Again, not a sponsor of the show. So what you want to do is just trim that end off and then shove it in there and twist it, and the noodles are going to come out the side. I find it works best if you leave this end on, because you'll need something to keep holding on to it to
Say that
shove it
again.
in the hole.
Shove what? Do I use the
True.
bigger hole or the smaller hole?
You should use the one that it fits best in.
Okay.
If it fits in the small one, use the small one. But
What it might
so,
be
for example,
might be too
this
tight.
zucchini is much smaller than the other one, so I think it would go better in the small hole.
What do you mean better? It could.
You want a tight fit as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
And but this one
It's
is
a
rather
family show.
large.
It's a
Yes.
family
We're
show,
talking about
right?
zucchinis. Of course, it's a family
Yeah.
show. The bigger one, though, it doesn't fit in there.
Doesn't
It
fit.
doesn't fit, so you got to use
Yeah.
the big hole on that one.
All right.
Did I woman-splain this enough to you? So cut the end off first, though, because you don't want
Cut
that
the end
that
off.
little tiny bit there. Yeah.
All right.
Woman-splaining.
All right.
So this is, I'm going to use this burner because it's a bigger one, but let me dry this off. Now, this is a universal cream sauce on keto that's so easy. Basically, we're starting with cream cheese. Again, not a sponsor, but Organic Valley. I'm just going to put, I think I'll just do one. Oh, this is going to end up with one. Well, we'll do both of them, and then, you know, you're a hungry guy that needs food, and maybe you too, and you can take
I
them
am.
leftovers. So.
Yeah. Eating is not one of my problems.
You mean you don't eat, or?
No, I'll eat anytime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to school with a guy that was always like, are you hungry? And he's like, I could eat. He was a lean guy, and it was like always anytime he could eat, so.
Anytime. Wow, this is easier than I anticipated.
Oh, that's great.
Am I doing it right?
Yes. Now this thing, it'll end up coming out with a weird little middle thing that you can either toss to the side, you can just eat it as it is, you can chop it up and put it in there. Depends on how picky you are.
I'm not picky at all. I
So
like to
basically
use
this is making
Yeah.
long noodles. Oh, I don't put that in there yet. Alright. Cream sauce is just cream cheese thinned with either water or cream. And heat it up. And for Alfredo sauce, I would suggest just a little bit of garlic salt.
Bloopers! Except you get to see them live. It's a low
I could just trim that off.
Yeah,
Is that
just trim
alright?
it off. That's
Five
fine.
second rule. Yeah.
These are starving
Is that
comics.
cream
They'll
cheese?
eat
I'll just
anything.
eat it.
Yeah. Anytime.
All right, let me. See, that's the good
Very
thing
clear.
about we're not actually cooking for real audience members. So, remind me to have you sign that waiver again. So,
NDA, yeah.
yeah, not the NDA. That if you get food poisoning or anything, then so.
I will.
Oh man. Well, what were we just talking about? So,
Okay.
how many? What's our current viewership here? How
we
many?
got
How many?
three.
How many Patreon? Oh, we're losing
Three.
some. Uh oh, we gotta be more entertaining. We're losing. Yes. Okay.
All right.
Keto cream sauce. So this is great because this also make like a gravy. You can make turkey or country gravy with this Alfredo sauce. And let's see if I can figure out which burner this is. It looks like it's. I'm gonna guess it's this one. I'll move that off there. And so let the cream cheese sit out at room temperature is going to be the easiest thing to start with. Heat it up in the pan, and then as it starts to heat, we'll stir it and just add a little liquid. So water, cream. I'm going to add cream to it.
Nice. I like cream cheese. Cream cheese is awesome. Best
You don't like cream cheese, you said?
I love cream
Oh. All right. It's starting to melt a little bit there. Also from Trader Joe's, organic heavy whipping cream.
Trader Joe's needs to sponsor us.
Do they sponsor anything? I think they have a YouTube channel actually, so
They do?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they got money, for sure. I know.
All right. So Burunji, have you ever battled with your weight? Have you ever like had any
Yeah.
struggles with that? Yeah.
I need to put it on.
Okay. Okay.
Ever since I stopped eating meat, I feel lighter,
Okay.
which is, you know, I need to bulk up a little bit.
Okay.
I know that for sure. I used to be a little more, I had more body. I have less body now.
More muscle mass. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
which-
it can be when you're eating less animal protein. It can be more challenging to get enough protein in your diet. And
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty bad at scheduling my meals. Like, I don't eat breakfast. I wake up and go, and then sometimes I won't eat till like 2 p.m.
okay.
And then by the time I have my first meal, it's 3, 4. That means my second meal comes in at around 8, but even that doesn't happen sometimes. So it'll be like midnight and I haven't had my second meal.
Right.
And then you're at a bar doing a show.
Oh yeah, if beer counts as a meal,
Yeah, right. You gotta get those calories.
I do
somehow.
get my meals. Other than that, yeah. So that's
I think that's going to be enough zoodle. So that's
Yeah.
two zucchinis.
yeah.
And then it ends up with this weird little middle, which I think looks like a corn cob. At least for this one. There's a bunch of different spiralizers out there. So you could eat that or you could chop it up, or
Yeah.
if you're not picky, you could just leave big chunks in your... So unlike regular pasta noodles, you don't have to boil these. So
Oh,
they're
nice.
already pretty soft. Basically at the very end, we'll just toss them in with the sauce and it'll be all ready to go. So do you want to continue to stir this around? And I'm going to actually chop some
Okay.
parsley.
Yep.
Parsley.
Okay. Move this out of the way.
Apron.
I know we need to get some comedy.
Sponsors. Anybody?
Comedy in the keto kitchen.
Any apron manufacturers out there, hook us up. Help a man out.
And all right, parsley. So parsley, most people just think of it as a garnish. It adds a little bit of flavor, and actually, herbs like this are pretty high in vitamins and minerals as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Is this all in a big pile of produce there? Is that on camera?
No, it's a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Just a
This
little
is how I
bit.
cook at home,
Just a
actually.
corner.
Dirty
Yeah.
every dish in the kitchen. Don't worry, Kim. We're gonna stay in
Cooking
cleanup, so.
isn't, you know.
Isn't pretty until it gets
Yeah.
on the plate.
Yeah.
So for parsley, I like to just hold on here and then just kind of pull the leaves off. And then the stems end up being a little bit harder. Just throw that in a pile in the corner of your kitchen when you're done there. I have rinsed this off, or actually Brunji rinses off.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your contribution to dinner today, lunch. Hey, what else should we? Okay, so it's nice and creamy now. So let's add a little
Whipped
cream to it.
It was more cream.
Whip.
Yeah,
Whip.
we just want to thin it out to the point of being a sauce consistency. And I think we'll actually add water as well, just because I don't know. We don't need cream overload, but you're doing great there.
Thank you.
Alpha male in the kitchen there.
Earning my bread.
Definitely, we definitely have you come back. So.
It's the first episode, right?
What, are you saying you're not sure if you're going to come back yet?
I just hope we don't get canceled.
Help us. If you enjoy this show, share with your friends.
Yeah. Comedians in kitchen making keto meals.
Is that your show you're going to start?
Yeah.
What's the
It's a
deal
rebel,
with
it's a
cilantro?
What's the deal with
It
keto?
doesn't have a taste.
I want the bread.
On which? What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Who are your comedic influences?
my comedic influences?
Yeah.
That's a very serious question for comedic influences.
Is that not very funny?
What?
Is that not very funny?
No, you know how comedians get when you start talking about comedy. We get really into
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do have.
Let's keep it funny and talk about your body some more.
No, I like Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
It's one of the ones I like. Let's see. There's a guy called Tony Woods. He's not as famous as Dave Chappelle, but he's been in the game for a long time. I like him too.
Different than who was that one that Andy Kaufman did? The Tony. Who's
Yeah.
the character he did? Tony something.
Andy Kaufman did.
Wasn't it Tony Pete? Not Tony Pete.
No, that's different. Yeah, this guy is like he's
Okay, let's turn this down. We don't actually want it to boil. That's not your fault. But which way is it turned up? That way. Okay.
yeah.
What was the very first stand-up special you guys saw?
Let's see which you go.
Well,
first.
see, I'm older, so for me it was an album, like
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy on cassette tape and album. So,
Sure.
So we're gonna
What's
add
a
some
cassette
salt
tape?
to this. I know, right? It was after 8 tracks, but we would go camping, and there were little plastic cartridges that had tape inside of them. That
Like-
magically music would come or sound would
Like
come
you
out. I don't even know how it
print?
worked.
Cartridges. Like
Kind of like
Talking
that.
about cassette tape?
Yes.
I had one of those.
cassette tape.
Mm-hmm.
What's like?
So-
Okay.
So we're gonna throw some salt in here. Also, not a sponsor of the show, but Redmond Real Salt out of Salt Lake.
Real salt.
Good
Keeping it
stuff.
real.
Yeah.
On the mean streets
so
of
you're
Redmond.
you're gonna need to taste this. Oh, let's get
I
all
am?
of that out of there.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
let's get that.
I think we're gonna need some more water in there. 'cause
Do you
it's
know
still
who
getting-
Boingo Boingo is?
No.
That's
who's
not
that?
a comedian.
I know, but the band, that was my very first cassette.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm kidding. I know what a cassette is. I grew up in Africa.
They still have them there, right?
Yeah, it had 2 sides, A and B.
Yeah,
Right?
A and B, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to hear something silly?
Here,
I
I'm
saw
gonna-
today. It was a post about cassettes had 2 sides, A and B.
Yeah.
So it was only logical that the successor of the cassette would be a CD.
Oh, gotcha.
Drum roll.
That's good.
Oh, it took me a while.
ABC.
Oh, successor. That was what threw me off because I
Oh,
was like, is that? I thought that goes before.
I thought English was your first language.
I grew up in Oregon though, so it's not necessarily. That's different.
They don't
English.
speak English.
All right, so this is 2 pounds of baby shrimp,
Yes, from
Whole Foods Market.
Whole Foods.
Yep,
Yeah.
Shout out to Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
yep. I could say that in there. I also This looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks great.
I'm going to put this is some fresh Parmesan cheese that I'm going to put in there as well, which is just going to add a little more tang.
Wow.
So we want to heat this up just so the shrimp is warm. It's pre-cooked.
And you said we could use bigger shrimp for this if we
Yeah,
want.
any kind of shrimp. Crab would be great in here too.
Ooh.
Crap, nice.
This is also a microplane tool that I like. It's a very fine shredder that works good for a really hard cheese like that. And
Wow, this is.
so once the shrimp is warm, then we're just going to throw the noodles in last and just 3 seconds to heat it up, and then it's all done.
Wow.
So maybe we should get another set of plates to put that on.
Bowls,
Bowls,
more like
okay.
bowls, yeah.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
Nice. Do you want me to add this cilantro? Or do we have enough?
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Okay.
We could put a little more on top actually. So. All right. What other? Anthony, tell us about your body struggles, body weight.
Well, it's actually kind of like I've played sports my entire life.
Okay.
I never actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Couldn't.
That was a good one.
What sports you play?
I played baseball for 13 years.
Wow.
I played golf since I was 7.
Golf? What?
Yeah.
A 7-year-old golfer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anthony Woods?
Anthony
I actually trained at the Tiger Woods Learning Center in California. Oh yeah, I wanted to play for college. I placed 3rd in a regional tournament in high school, and I was going to a D1 Cal State Fullerton, and they wanted me to play on their golf team, but it was full of seniors, so that dream died really quickly. But I've been really active, so I haven't really struggled with my weight. But I joined a gym a couple months ago and met with a trainer, and they said I could lose about 10 pounds.
Of fat, though.
Yeah, of fat.
Because they weren't
And then
suggesting
I
like you cut your arm off or something.
No.
Empty your pockets.
You know,
Yeah,
you
my
could,
third leg,
you
yeah.
could lose 40, you could lose 90, you could. It doesn't mean that it's good for you.
I weigh around in the low 170s, and they said you could lose about 10 pounds and then bulk up a little bit.
Okay.
So this is.
So it's the
perfect.
opposite of what your mama tells you, which Anthony, you look like you should eat.
Oh my God, my parents all the time eat it. I'm like, I'm not hungry. Eat it.
Do they make those big Italian kind of?
Oh yeah, all the time. My parents are actually keto now.
Oh really?
Yeah, they were.
Is your mom watching?
I hope no, they're working.
Better.
They're
Okay.
working.
*1 fans.
See you later. But yeah,
Or
they
view.
were just
I hope.
left a few days ago. They were here for almost a week.
Oh,
Nice.
so what kind of stuff did they have in the house? Did they stay with you or?
What's going on?
Oh no, they stayed in their own place. I live in a studio. Looking at my parents.
I just threw in the
Added the
zucchini.
zucchini.
So this is 2 zucchinis that Barunji very nicely spiralized.
Just
So
make
we're
up
just
a word.
tossing this in there spiralized? I don't know. This is almost done.
Toss the zucchini.
Toss the zucchini.
I
And
guess.
I usually chop these up a little bit more because they end up being really long.
Oh yeah.
But
Long is good.
did you have no problem figuring out which one fit which one? So I'm gonna do some noodles, but then we gotta get some sauce in there too. So, did you guys ever watch Epic Mealtime?
We've heard of it.
Oh man, we gotta do one version of that. It's this. I don't even know who the guy is, but he would go through like every drive-through and get like 7 Big Macs and a side of the Big Mac sauce, and here, put some more fresh parm on top of there too,
All right.
and maybe a little more, just a tiny little bit. He would go through and get like 17 Big Macs and 17 Whoppers and pile them all up and make a lasagna out of them. And then we just top with a little bit of parsley. That's parsley. This is
Oh.
Italian parsley. How's that look?
Is it on camera? Make sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Don't mind the terrible plating there with the sauce on the side. So let's give this fork. Let me get a fork out of it. Nope.
We live here.
This one?
Trust us. We don't know where things are, but we live
Okay.
here. I promise.
Kim, you have to try this one.
I'll give this one to Kim.
All right, Anthony, let's hear it.
What's the
I may
verdict?
need more salt because we didn't taste for salt either. So,
Oh, yeah.
and people think too, you know, that like a keto diet's all about just like bacon and steak and butter and all this stuff. And I actually find, so I mean, if you notice, we've had vegetables with each of these meals. There are a different kind of vegetable with each one. And I found actually when I started keto, I ate more vegetables than I did prior to keto.
It's really
Oh,
All right.
I used up all the zoodles in yours, so
That's good.
so all good. There we go. All right. Does it need more salt?
good. I would say a little bit more salt.
All that's left for me is the
More
shrimp. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, let's turn this off, Del. Oops. There we go. More salt. Would you like some Redmond real salt?
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, because a lot of the traditional French way of making sauces always uses flour, which is high in carbs and not going to work on keto most of the time. So this is a really good shortcut. Is that cream cheese and just thin it out with some water and cream.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, this is so pretty.
Yeah.
We finished with the prettiest one. So, how is it?
Let's find out.
Really good. I would cut the noodles probably in
Mhm.
half though.
That's good. The sauce is dripping down my face.
Mm.
You want to share my napkin? How are you doing?
No, it's probably in my beard.
That's part of why keto ends up being so good is that, you know, when you've got this heavy cream in here, we're also used to eating low-fat stuff for so long. It's so satisfying and really delicious. Would also be really great in here is a little bit of bacon crumbles on top too.
Yeah.
Or some pancetta. Getting really fancy there.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's what we've had for you guys today. So let us know in the comments, like, which recipe do you think looked the best? Like, which one do you think you might make first? Again, all super simple. I think everything had just 4 ingredients, right? Did the last one have 4 as well?
Yeah. Super simple.
Each of these were 4 ingredients, and I mean, the last one was the longest to make, but it still was very quick and easy. 2 non-keto dudes thought they were delicious, and
Yeah. I'm converted.
I've
I am a
seen the light.
believer.
Seen the light.
seeing the light. So, all right. So we started out making unwitches, or just basically inside-out sandwiches with meat, cheese, and some arugula in the middle, with some spicy Dijon aioli. We also made some tuna boats, fast and easy, and then we finished up with this shrimp Alfredo. Yeah. Which was your favorite, Anthony?
It'd have to be. I think it depends on what mood I'm in to eat, but definitely the sandwiches in this.
Okay.
But I like that as a snack, the tuna.
Tuna thing. Yeah.
So light, easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you?
I like the shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
like
got a little
shrimp
bit of
too.
everything.
Yeah.
It's hot. I usually gravitate towards hot meals. No. So I like, but I like the boats too.
Yeah.
Really great, quick.
I think my favorite was the shrimp Alfredo, but the other things are totally things that I would eat and really enjoy and taste really great. So let us know in the comments which one that you which one do you think you would enjoy? And then also when you make it, come back and tell us that you made it too. So
Yeah.
anything else? What else should we say to wrap this up?
Well, I'd say if anybody really knows anything about keto and you have some of your favorite dishes that we could make for you, probably be happy to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put them in the comment
Yeah.
section. Let us know what you changed or what you would add or remove, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Or special requests. Yeah. Vote
Yeah.
vote for what you want to see us make next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what special guest you'd like us to have on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Subscribe. Tell
Yeah.
everybody about it. Post it.
Yeah, subscribe. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button. And hit that bell too. That's going to give you notifications of new episodes because we got more planned for you. We're coming back soon. So, hey, I think that's all for now. Special guest Barunji, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I had a good time.
How can people find you? We'll post your links in the comments below. But what's
I am on the social media, all of it. Facebook, Instagram, Birunji X2.
Okay.
Same first, same last name. So Birunji, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Gmail. My website is coming out soon. That's it.
We'll link it in the notes below. Anthony, how can people find you?
On Instagram, I am under I am Fedo, Anthony Michael Fedo, and on Twitter, it is I am Fedo Comedy.
Fedo with 2 T's. We'll link that
T's.
below there too. So you can find me as Keto Carol all over the social medias as well.
Nice.
Carol has an E on the end. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you
I
so
hope you
much,
enjoyed
guys.
this. We'll see you again
Have a
soon.
great day, guys.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.
A bientôt.
I think you gotta slide it. You got it.